you cannot give a fish to a man that's not a fisherman. If you give a fish to a man that is not a fisherman, when the fish is gone, he's going to come back and ask you for another fucking fish. If you give a fish to a man that has a business plan, that has determination, that has the qualities, he's going to learn how to fish and take the fish and say, wow, thanks for feeding me when I was hungry. Here's 100 fucking fish for our family. But if he's not a fisherman, okay, he's going to come back and ask you for another fish when it's gone. Period. Okay, y'all, welcome back to another episode of Dear Tisia. We have a couple subscription reminders, and that is to follow the Dear Tisia podcast on Apple and Spotify. Make sure you click follow on Apple and on Spotify. Leave us a 5-star review. Not 1, not 2, not 4, 5. 5-star review. And then subscribe to the Relationship Restore channel and the Dear Tisia YouTube channel. Now we have a new home for all of the videos. So they'll now be hosted on Tisia XVS. But I'm still a part of Relationship Restore, y'all. So don't worry. But you can now watch all of the episodes on the Tisia XVS channel. And we need to get our watch hours up so we can monetize. So please, 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 okay? Running in your car, running in your house, like while you're cleaning up, running in the gym, child. Watch it on the Tisia XVS so we can start making us a little coins, okay? Help the girl out. And then some of our goals are 50K followers on Apple Podcasts, 1,000 reviews. We already surpassed 500. That was our first goal, so we crushed that. Now we've upped it to 1,000. And then we want to have 100,000 subscribers on both channels, which is totally doable. We have Courtney back, okay? So we have Courtney back. If y'all listen to the last episode, I always like to introduce my guest here on the show, and Courtney and I met during our Ready to Love season. If y'all ever watched, if y'all don't know, if y'all don't know, I did dibble and dabble into a little reality television on OWN Networks, Ready to Love, many moons ago, and Courtney was one of my castmates, and we've been locked in ever since, still stayed close. If anybody ever wonder, some people always say like, oh, do y'all still talk to each other? Do y'all still talk? Yes, we do. And Courtney is here to talk everything's love, life, dating, relationship, and these men, child. Okay. So we have a listener review, and it's entitled A Fan of All Things Tisia. I just love Tisia. She's a realist. I'm loving the new podcast. I can listen to her all day. She speaks the truth. A very wise young lady. I adore her. Love you back, girl. Thank you for tuning in and watching all of the episodes. Okay. Voicemail 1 is entitled, I'm just here for the thrill, but I still want respect. Let's hear it.
Dear Tisia, I have been talking to multiple guys that are not interested in a relationship, and I have gotten to the point where I'm doing them how they do me. I am here for the thrill, I'm here for the fun, I'm here maybe even just to get some dick. And I am realizing that I am guarding my heart, but also, like, at the end of the day, I do want to be respected by these guys. So, how do I gain their respect back after I've already let them have sex with me? The guys that I've been talking to have been on and off for years. None of them are interested in being serious, and I'm not interested in a relationship either. But at the end of the day, like, I do want their respect, and this may come from just by allowing them not to sleep with me anymore. But Tatia, I would love to know your advice on someone, on a girl, a beautiful girl that can have anyone she wants, and she pursues all of these sexy, confident, well established men, and we've done what needed to be done, and we're still kind of seeing each other on and off. We talk here and there, and at this point, I'm just here for a good time. But how do I keep it to where we are able to have a friendship for years to come after we've already slept together and we're all just having fun? If this makes sense, I hope it helps.
First of all, she laughed. I'm glad she laughed
Thanks.
because, like, that, I think she gets that, like, what she's asking for is kind of crazy. Yeah, like, girl, I have to look at the camera when I say this. You cannot do what these niggas do. The friend with benefits thing for a woman is a scam. It never works. It never works. It never works. I'm trying to tell you, somebody is going to get caught up emotionally. Women cannot play men games. I have met so many women that's just like, I don't want a relationship. I'm just here for a good time. 2 months, 6 months, 8 months, they on my line crying about it. You cannot do what these men do. And a man is always gonna think differently about you after he's had sex with you. It's just the way that the cookie crumble. Now, I think that there are men that have admire things about you prior to. They have thought about you in a different way. They have really wanted to get to know you and date you, and then the sex happens. But when the sex happens and that person is now like slipping back into this friend zone, I don't want a relationship type of thing, then that just lets you know what their intentions were. Like, she wants their respect, but she is open to the friends with benefits. And I just think that those things are are different. I always say, people ask me like, oh, when you have sex with a man on the first date or the second date or too soon, does that mess up like how he thinks about you? And I always say, first he gonna think I'm that nigga, like I'm him. She likes me so much that she gave it to me. The second thing that he's thinking is, does she do this with everybody? First, he gonna be feeling himself like, bet I bagged her. She must really like me. It's always about him. And then the second thing is gonna be like, hold on. After that, look, post. Let me shut up. After that, like, you know what I'm saying? The moment happens, okay? Post nut clarity, okay? He gonna be like, hold on. Like, are you out here doing it's I've seen it with my own. So let me tell you this. A lot of times men date us. And I just talked about this in a reel. A lot of times men date us and they're actually disappointed. When you're wondering like, oh, well, why did he pursue me? Why did he want to be with me? And then now all of a sudden he pulling back and he want me to chase him. He got to fucking know you and he's disappointed. Let me tell you this. This is my shit, so I can say I done disappointed a couple niggas. I know that there are men out here that was just like admire me from afar, and it was like, surprise, I'm a hoe. Like, surprise, surprise. Look, I fucked you in a week. Like, I know that I disappointed you. Like, I think that men, they see you from afar and they're like, wow, look at Courtney. She's out here doing her thing. She's a boss, whatever. And then they get you and they see you off that Casamigos. You drunk as a fucking fish. Your diet don't consist of nothing. You listen to trap music every time you wake up. You know what I'm saying? You have no morning routine. You have no core values. And they date you and they like, damn, like I thought it was something else. It's actually disappointing. And I think, when I always say y'all can't do what I can do, but I think that like for myself, I know that I can pull away and not be attached, or just really date from a place of autonomy and get the things that I want and pull away. But I promise you, I didn't disappointed a couple niggas, Courtney. Like, them niggas probably been like, oh, this this is what you out here doing. It's like, I can't expect too much from it, but a lot of us are disappointing. And so now she's like, she wants the respect. They're disappointed in you. They thought you were cool, that you were this great girl, that you were this, that you were that. And then they got up on you. They got close enough to you. They got proximity to you. They always say, look, a Chrysler 300 look like a Phantom until a Phantom pull up. Okay. And he got up on you. He got close enough in proximity to actually know you. And you lost the respect. He like, oh, this was it. Like, this is really all you about. And as a woman, you just gotta accept that. Like, after you've already offered yourself to them, like, what other value did you bring? And I think that is a difference from a man that has sex with you and he's just gone, and then a man that has actually seen value in you prior to. So it's like, you want the respect. If you want the respect, present the respect. Respect yourself and offer things that are more valuable, whether that's conversation, whether that's networking, whether that's kindness, patience, nurturing, compromise. What else are you bringing if you just want the respect? Because you're saying you there for a good time, not a long time. And you're the epitome of the woman that I'm talking about, that think that they can do friends with benefits things, and then you want the respect of a girlfriend. It doesn't work like that. They always say, Men, when they first meet, they put you in two categories: either you his wife or his whore. Have you heard that? Either you his wife or his whore. And when a man first meets you, he thinking about you in two totally different categories, right? You either one or the other. And it doesn't mean that he literally thinks you a whore, but it's just like, you can't be my wife. You either this. So I'm just either about to play with you or I'm about to marry you. They say that men put you in two categories. You can't do the friends with benefits, linky, sneaky link situation. Then like, oh, well, I want the respect too. It just doesn't work like that. Have you experienced this? Like,
I think you're not going to get the respect back. That's gone.
Gone.
It's
done.
gone. Don't even the
you
ones
disappointed
you
him,
already hit.
You put out fast.
Just,
you know what I'm saying? It just is what it. And you sometimes women, you gotta take your L. Like I said, I done disappointed a couple niggas. He probably thought he was gonna get some wife and just wholesome woman, and baby, that man. Hey,
she just needs.
We
to
did
start
some
fresh.
things, and I was like, thank you, Pooh. I'll leave your money on the counter. And he probably thought it was going to be a lot. I know I have disappointed a couple people. I promise you I have. Like, it's just like, you're not going to get the respect after you reach that peak with him. If you want the respect, be respectful. This is why they always say women, when they like a man, they make him wait. Where you ain't got no intentions with these niggas and you just like, okay, like it is what it is. But when you like a man, you actually make him wait a little more. You make him do a little bit, because it's just you want the respect. You want him to actually respect you. And you know, women are stupid. You know that when you a little bit more liberal and you're a little bit more, you know that there's a possibility that connection is going to end in a situationship. If you move too quick, on the intimacy. So I don't think she gonna ever get the respect back, like you said. And then she asks, can you truly gain or regain a man's respect after sex if the relationship wasn't serious to begin with?
Start over on the next one,
baby.
Mama.
Look, take that L to the chin.
Start over.
And just start over. It really honestly just is what it is. Like, men, like, that's what they want. That they're looking for that. And even a man that's a lot more reserved, because you have to understand that, like, men will also wait for the woman that they really care about, want to build with. So he had no discipline either. He pulled the trigger on it. He went to Pound Town. And you are not going to get the respect, I think, after you've already kind of crossed that boundary. Because again, first he's gonna be thinking like, yeah, I knew she was feeling me. And then he gonna be like, hold on. Is this your typical? Is this how you typically move with people? You know, I think that they think about that, afterwards. So yeah, friend, I don't think she going there with it. I don't think she gonna get the respect. And is it possible to keep long-term friendships with men you casually slept with? Or is that wishful thinking? She is all over the place.
I don't think she knows what she wants.
She don't know what she wants. She want the respect, but she want the friends with benefits. She did what she wanted to do. Now she want to keep a long-term friend. Stop collecting these men. I promise you. Women have to have a different standard of what a friend is. Let me explain to you what a male friend is. A male friend is somebody that got your back, that will support you, that's dependable, that's reliable, that you can call on, that's going to come get you off the side of the road, that's your protector. He is going to he not going to let people play with you. He got your back, front, side to side. He cares about your well-being. He's calling to check up on you. If these niggas are not doing any of that, this is not your friend. Stop putting males that you rode around with, but it didn't materialize into a relationship, into the friend category. That is not a friend. Think about your girlfriends that you have standards for. Courtney, I want you to support me. I want you to be there for me if I'm having a sad day. I want you to show up if I have a death in the family. I want you. These men don't be doing none of that. Like, just because it didn't work out, you had sex with him and it didn't turn into a relationship, doesn't mean the default is a friendship. This nigga is not your friend. He probably hit you with the damn that's crazy. Remember that time when them tires blew out? He hit you with the damn that's crazy. He called you the next day and was like, you good? He didn't help you. So why are these men being put in a friend? Like, women have to stop doing this. This person is actually not a friend. They're a person that didn't materialize into a romantic relationship for whatever reason. And now they're just a human that's existing. They're not your friend, okay? Long-lasting friendship. Do you think that... Do you think it's possible to keep long-term friendships with men? This is not he's not a friend. Like, seriously. Like, and honestly, everybody gotta earn a keep in my life. My male friends are real freaking friends. If I call them, they'll be here in 5 minutes. If I said I can't make my rent, I don't got my rent money, that Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, 5 minutes. Say less, I got you. That's a friend. They don't want nothing from you. They don't want, you know what I'm saying? They're not flirting with you. They not trying to, okay? It's no funny business. Like, y'all have to start putting men that are friends in the right category. A sneaky link that didn't work out is not your friend now. Okay, let it go. You couldn't, this man got a pot to piss in, a window to throw it out of. It wouldn't do nothing for it, won't help you out, won't save you, can't even be a listening ear. He's not your friend, okay? I hate when people do that. Stop doing that. Anyways, girl, you ain't gonna get the respect. You rode around with him. Please find out what you're trying to do. Find out what you're trying to do. She's just floating around. You want a friend's benefits. You don't. You just floating around. I think you should really center yourself, slow down a little bit, and really find out what your values are and where you're trying to go with this. Right? Like, if you want to just have a good time, have a good time. But the respect is out the window. You don't get to have it both. You don't get friends with benefits and respect. And once emotions get involved, it's no longer friends with benefits. So there's that. Voicemail number 2. We're rebuilding, but when is it official? Let's hear it.
Dear Tisia, I have been dating a guy for about 7 months now, since November, 7, 8 months. I've known him for about a year. We've said I love you. We've traveled together. We've gone across the country together. He met my family and flew out of state to meet them. And I've met his family and all of the things. So all of the relationship things. We kind of fell out a couple months ago. We weren't dating anymore. And then rekindled things and have really developed, I think, something really beautiful. We were on the path to be in a committed relationship until we fell out, and I feel like we've been rebuilding since then. But I am curious on how long does it take to kind of finalize that commitment phase when you are rebuilding your relationship? I don't want to rush it, but I also feel that 7 and 8 months is a long time, especially in my late 20s, to be dating without a formal commitment. So I'm just curious about your thoughts.
He already knows if he wants to commit to you or not, period. 7 to 8 months, he's met your family. Y'all said, I love you. He's flown out to see your family, blah, blah. He already knows. Literally, y'all, it does not take that long. This man already knows if he wants to commit to you. That's number 1. Number 2, it's important that I say this. Please make sure that this is the last falling out and rekindling that you do. Off and on equals off. One of the biggest red flags is if you are off and on with anybody. Okay, one of the most dangerous men in the world is these helicopter men that you break up with them. 2 weeks later, they circling back, they hoovering the back around. Okay, they hovering, they want to come back. Then you break up with them, and then they coming back. Indecisive, no vision, don't know where he want to go. He just being with you because he's familiar with you, is comfortable, and is casual. Okay, let this be the last time that y'all have a breakup or a falling out before y'all have actually made a commitment. He already knows. He already knows right now if he wants to be with you. That's just that. He knows if he wants to be with you. But I think more importantly is that she's saying that they're rebuilding. And now she wants to know, when should she expect a finalized commitment, like a title on it?
When she asks, you don't think she should ask them? Like, hey, this is where we're at. What are we doing? What do we have going on? If not, move forward. How much time do you need? Or is the ball in his court? Is that what we're doing?
I always am interested on the falling out part. This is my thing. And I don't know, maybe because it's my age or what, but where do you think you going? Okay. If we are dating, all right, there ain't no falling out, nigga. You better take your ass upstairs and breathe and count to 10. Okay. There's no falling out, breaking up, or nothing like that. So I'm always interested on what has been happening since y'all have broken up and now y'all have rekindled and got back together. A lot of times, I promise you, Courtney, a lot of times when women say that they're rekindling and they got back together, the woman initiated it. How much you want to bet that she initiated the reconnect and the rekindling, or that they just fell back into being together, which is why she is unclear about where they should be going. I think that if he has met your parents and that you are saying that I love you, that man should be your boyfriend in a committed relationship, and you actually should be you should be a little leery. She said she's in her late 20s about bringing him into that space without the formal commitment. I think she has all the right now to be like, hey, this is what I want. This is what I'm looking for. Is that in alignment with what you want? Like, where do you kind of see this? Yeah, I think you're right. Like, I think he already knows though. I think he already knows, but I think she should probably say something, about this. I was like, if I gotta say something, do you really? I feel like if we were and you came back after 2 months, it's like, or we spent a couple months apart or after a breakup, like, I don't want to have to. I feel like now it's like, okay, we're back together now. Like, press the gas. You came back for a reason, so now you came back, and I gotta wait on the commitment. We were together. We broke up. We found our way back to each other, and I have to wait on the commitment now.
What are we doing?
Like, literally, what are we doing? How do you balance giving the relationship space to heal with honoring your own time? Like, this is another shit. Bitch, tell me what you did. Tell me what happened. That's why I help people leave shit out. Like, what happened? We had a rough patch and we fell out. We took a break. What happened? Because them fallouts is different. Like, did he cheat? Did he lie? Did he, did you say something really disrespectful? Did you hit below the belt? Did you, call him out of his name? What actually happened? I think that context would have really helped. But relationship space to heal with honoring your own timeline and needs. I think that she's probably the one that initiated the reconnection, and she's probably the one that's pushing the relationship. I think he's chilling. I don't really feel any urgency for him to want to be in a committed relationship. But I think that you have to know your partner too. I think that because this is my assumption, that he seems a little bit more lax, that if she actually presented it to him, he probably would be like, oh, okay. And I know plenty of women that are actually married and in healthy marriages with a partner that's just like, okay, yeah, we could do that. Okay, cool. We could, like, it ain't too much. They ain't gonna press you out about it. They don't really have any real investment with it. So he may be one of those guys too, was just like, okay, you want to be together? Okay, yeah, we could do that. You want to meet each other family? Okay, you love me? Yeah, I love I love you too. So maybe I feel like that's.
And you're not going nowhere. She's not going nowhere. Where's she going? You want to be with him. That he's not going to press the issue because he doesn't feel like he's losing you.
Yeah, I think it would be great to know like what actually transpired, just to get more context on like if it's actually like if it can be repaired. But I think she should. I think if she let him take the lead on bringing up, are we in a relationship? She'll be waiting for a while, and that says a lot too. A lot of women do not let men show up in their true authentic self so that you can see who they actually are and what they want to do. The amount of women that are swaying a man's behavior, that are manipulating them, that are baiting them, that are emotionally leading the relationship. I always say, if you step back a little bit, you will find out if you're in a relationship with yourself, and if you are driving the relationship, or if this person is actually there for you and an active participant. Women do this all the time. You were the one that's initiated all the date nights. You were the one who booked that trip and he paid on it. You were the one who planned to go see his uncle's gravesite in Orlando as y'all was driving down to Miami. You're the one. Step back so you can see if this man even in a car with you. Is anybody home? Like, is anybody actually in the relationship with you? And I think women lead a lot. And I think if she was to fall back, she'll see that this man probably will not initiate the actual relationship. Like, I think she's been doing a lot of the pushing, and she's probably actually more hyper focused on the healing and mending this gap that they had from the breakup than he actually is.
We need more context. Call back.
Yeah, right. Look, call us back, girl. Let me
Call us
know what
back,
the
girl.
hell
We need
happened
more-
for the
We're gonna
breakup.
give you some
Okay.
more advice.
Yeah, seriously, call us back and let us know, because I feel like she probably is the one driving in, and it seems like she likes him a little bit more than she wants. But baby, fall back to see if he's actually an active participant in a relationship. Let these men show up in their authentic self. Like, let them show up truly in what they believe, that's all I always say. Never react to what a man says to you, because you have to truly see. And the more that you give like a stale face or a stale reaction, the more willing they're actually able to show and tell and open up to you. Never react. And I feel like if she stepped back a little bit, she'll be able to see him more for who he is, and not really like, women have this aura just to even like manipulate or sway or persuade them to do things that they actually don't want to do. And it's actually you leading that quest. So girl, fall back a little bit and let's see if he actually wants the relationship. The third voicemail. Why can't I let go of this dusty, dirty ass man?
I am a 39-year-old female who has been dating a 34-year-old male for the last 6 years. He proposed in August of last year. I have been through so much with this man, and the entire relationship is draining everything that I have. But for whatever reason, I cannot seem to just cut it off cold turkey. He does not work. He does not take me on dates. He does not do anything for me physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually, nothing. Why it has lasted 6 years, I can't tell you. I know that's my fault, but I don't know. I need help getting out of this. I recently packed my shit and moved. I kept the same apartment. I kind of lied and said I was moving, and he moved out. He's back in my house. He has nowhere to go. I want him out my house, my life, my space. I don't even want to breathe the same air he's breathing. Help me. I watch and share your videos every single day. And everything that you say is the absolute truth. But for whatever reason, I cannot impart it in my life. I need to put this man out. But yet, I just moved him to the next bedroom. I haven't slept with him in over a year and a half. We barely talk and communicate, but yet he is still in my space, not paying a single bill. I will be 40 in 30 days. And I do not want to start chapter 40 with this. I do not want to continue taking care of somebody's dusty, dirty ass son. Help me.
Hmm. First of all, you ain't been watching my videos. Baby, I don't know who you ain't been. Maybe it's another Tisia or then, baby, you ain't been watching my videos. Okay. I appreciate the support, but something ain't quite registered, friend, because you have not been watching my videos, because the man is not paying no bills. He's in the house. He ain't got no job. He going from like she kicked him out. Then he came back. It's just so many things going on. But let me tell you what stood out to me about this. She said, I don't know why I keep accepting this man back. I don't know why I can't get rid of him. I don't know why I still have him in my life. I don't want this dusty, rusty, crusty man in my life. I don't know why. Yes, you fucking do. You do. Okay. I don't know what I've been on one in terms of holding women accountable. Yes, you do. You do know why you keep letting this man back in your life. And when you say, why can't I let go? That's the title of the voicemail. Why can't I let go of this dusty, dirty ass man? Because you're dusty. Hey friend, hold on. Look, keep watching my videos. Don't unfollow me, okay? Because you're dusty. And you have to start holding women accountable, okay? A woman that is walking in her stride, that is confident, that has worked her ass off, that has done the work, that has been to therapy, that don't have daddy issues, don't have abandonment issues, don't have anxious attachment style, is not codependent, okay? You have done the work. You don't deal with dusty people. You're dealing with a dusty, dirty ass man because you're dusty. And let me tell you how to brush that dirt off. Let me tell you the dust that you got to brush off, friend. There is no way that you value yourself and you let somebody leech off of you. It's no way that you value yourself and you have a man in here that's literally homeless, hobo, like couch surfing. Now he's in another room. You do not feel great about yourself. You have not seen yourself. Sometimes you can only meet people somebody can only meet you as far as they have actually met themselves, right? And there is a lack of depth and a lack of intentionality in her own life. So my encouragement to you is to actually figure out, why are you vibrating so low that you will have somebody like this attached to you? There are so many reasons. Sometimes women feel a lot of guilt for turning their back on somebody. You said this man actually proposed to you. I don't know what ring and what money, child, but this man proposed to you in in August of last year. Sometimes women feel guilt for actually moving on and finding somebody that's better, especially if somebody just doesn't have a job or things like that. You may feel like, oh, I don't want him to think that I am like leaving him while he's down or things like that. I always say the ride or die phases are over. You got to ask questions like, where are we going and why I got to die? There could be a guilt component of this here. There could be also just a savior complex, a people pleasing thing. This could be down to like how you grew up, your childhood, your sibling order. There are so many reasons why, but you are dealing with this dusty man because you are dusty. That is just it. Confident women do not do this, and it's not to shame you, right? Like, we all done had some dusty days, but you got to figure out, I don't know why. Yes, you do. You have low self-esteem. You want this man in your life. Maybe you want the companionship, and let's talk about it. You want this man to want you and need you. A lot of times women get a high off of a man actually needing them for things. And that's a whole nother trope, friend, that you got to dust off, right? Sometimes women will tolerate men in their life that are offering them absolutely nothing because the sense and the feeling and safety of being wanted. He ain't got nowhere to go. I know he gonna need me. I know he gonna always have loyalty to me. I know he ain't got nowhere to go. That sense of safety and security is actually what keeps women around a lot. There are so many freaking things, so many reasons why, but you're dusty, and that is why you're dealing with a dusty, dirty. Like, this is almost embarrassing. And I hope that, like, at 40, I hope your 40th birthday is free and clean of him. I hope you know that everybody got the same hours in a day. And I hope she knows that, like, every enabling behavior, this is not helping him at all. So if you actually do care about him and want the best for him, you would make this man stand on his own 2 feet. Send him back to his mama. We had a caller last episode. Send him back to his mama. Where he gonna go, I don't know, but it ain't your dog, your fight. I always tell this story. Once upon a time, someone very close to me dated a man, and this man was living with us. Okay, this man was living with us, and the person that she was dating at the time said that he didn't have nowhere to go, he didn't have nowhere to whatever. So she went and slept in the car with the man because he couldn't stay with us no more. So the man went and slept in the car. So she went and slept in the car with her. Do you know when she actually broke up with that nigga, he had an apartment and a car in 2 fucking weeks. So you were willing to go sleep in a car with this man because what he gonna do? He ain't got nowhere to go. I'm not leaving him out there like that. And you finally got enough strength to walk your ass away. And within 2 weeks, he had a car and an apartment. Let these niggas stand on their own 2 feet. If you actually stop coddling him and stop letting him sleep on your couch and be in your, I promise you he'll find some place to go. If he got to sleep under a bridge or sleep under a cardboard box, I promise you he will find somewhere to go. Stop feeling guilty. He has to stand on his own 2 feet. You got thoughts about this? Well, I'm on a tangent because clearly this pissed me off.
I got it. My thing about it is she said that he left out and then he came back. You had to open the door for him. Somebody had to open the door for him. It won't him. It had to have been you if it was your apartment. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, I was watching one of your videos and it was a couple weeks ago that you had posted where we talked about an empath.
Stop at sympath. Yeah,
look. A sympath, which we say is not a word. Right. And then the last one is compassion.
Yeah.
And you got to stop at empaths.
Literally.
You have to.
Yes.
You are at compassion, and maybe we need to send you that video because it's on her page, but you need to stop at empath because there is no way that this man should have came back in your house. You opened the door for him. He's sleeping in a separate room. Y'all haven't had sex in a year and a half. What are you doing?
That lets you know that it's actually deep. When you're saying like, I don't know why, please try to find out why. And that, look, I don't know, you call me, book and link in my bio, okay? If you want to know more about, you gotta wipe off the dust. You gotta figure out why you feel so responsible for him, whether it's guilt there, whether it's like, you know, the relationship that you have with him, maybe you just feel like you don't want to leave him out there. I don't know what it is, but I can tell you this, that this person that she is with him shows up in all the other avenues of her life. It shows up while she's at work. It shows up with her as a child to her parents. It shows up in her friendships. It shows up in her sibling relationships. She's this person all the time. Don't know how to set boundaries, letting people walk over her, want to be in people's good graces, letting people guilt trip out of shit that she don't want to do.
I think maybe we need to know what his life is. If he's been through some hard things in life or he's gone through some traumatic things or something and she just feels like she wants to be there for him, because I feel like a lot of my female friends are in that same situation. Every time I talk to my friends, why are you talking to him? Oh, well, his grandma just died. Oh, well, he just lost his job. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that.
We need to start being more, I'm sorry to hear that. The obsession with why with these men is crazy. The amount of women that write me, they want to know why he cheated, why would he lie, why. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Don't obsess over the why. And this nigga sob ass story of his life and why he ain't got a mama in his life. His mama dropped him off at his grandmama's house and she ain't come back. And then the dad, he never met the dad. He blah, blah, blah. Why? Like, why is it good for data on the back end? Why shouldn't be an evaluation as to why you in this shit? Like, I'm almost like, take that data and think about that after you're gone. And you can be like, oh, well, that's probably why this person showed up. We are so obsessed with the why, we have to start letting that go. I don't care what happened to the boy, you know? That's not enough for you to not show up and fulfill your own social duties, like being able to provide for yourself. She faked moving. She faked moving. He left. She stayed, and now he's back.
She wanted a roommate.
She got to find out what's the root, the true root of everything that's going on. And she has to be able to meet the deepest part of herself. Like, seriously, like the gig is up. You have to be willing to look dead in the mirror and tell the hard, God honest truth about what is actually going on with you and why you are accepting this into your life. And what does that person represent? Sometimes the people that we date represent a void. It represents a wound that we have. It represents, like, people are like, oh, a man is always looking for his mother and his partner, or a woman is always looking for her father and the person that she dates. Like, you have to also figure out, what is that person representing in your life? What wound or trigger is he attached to, which is why you can't disassociate yourself from it. That man represents something else. Maybe she had been failed in life and she wished people would support her the way that she supporting this nigga. Maybe she has been disappointed by her caretakers, right? And she wanted people to show up in her life. And so now she don't know how to give up on people. Maybe people gave up on her a whole lot and she doesn't know how. That man is a analogy of something, some wound or dark place in your life, and you got to figure it out so you can let that shit go, baby.
When did she say her birthday was? 30 days?
30 days.
Send me an Tisia your address, and we gonna pull up and help him get his shit up out of there when he go to get the mail or the grocery store. And whenever he leaves to do whatever he does,
girl,
give us the address. We gonna put his shit outside the door.
But you know what? Like she need a little bit more than that, because I just don't feel. But if she do the work with that at the same time and do the boundary, package stuff up, leave him alone, literally cut that phone off. We ain't heard nothing about a kid. That means you free. You ain't got no attachment to him. He's homeless and he needs to help. You cannot give a fish to a man that's not a fisherman. If you give a fish to a man that is not a fisherman, when the fish is gone, he's going to come back and ask you for another fucking fish. If you give a fish to a man that has a business plan, that has determination, that has the qualities, he's going to learn how to fish and take the fish and say, wow, thanks for feeding me when I was hungry. Here's 100 more fucking fish for our family. But if he's not a fisherman, okay, he's going to come back and ask you for another fish when it's gone. Period. Okay. And you, baby, he didn't ask for 1 million fish at this point. It's okay to help somebody while they're down. It's okay to, if you see vision and inspiration and you see how this man, some of these women out here that helped a man when they didn't have a job, helped them. And when they got one, a bitch ain't seen $1. She ain't seen a date night. She ain't seen a rose. She ain't seen a back pay on rent. She haven't seen anything. The man was never a fisherman. He ate the fish and went on about his life. Make sure you are sowing into and giving a fish to a man that's a fisherman. He will always have a plentiful supply for you and for whatever else to come. He ate the fish and went on about his business. Now he on your couch, child. Anyways, cut that off. I hope your 40th birthday is plentiful. I hope that you clear yourself of that. I hope you don't go into that. You've done enough. You've done enough for that man. And the best thing that you can do is have boundaries and hold him accountable so he learns what life needs from him as an adult man. God bless him. Anyways, I bet you smell good segment. Okay, this fragrance, Courtney has it over there, is Dries Van Noten. You know, Dries Van Noten is actually like a fashion house. Like they have clothes and stuff like that. But this is their fragrance. It's Dries Van Noten. It's Soie Malaquais, okay? By Dries Van Noten. You know, I'm starting to see a trend in my own fragrances. Bergamot. We back on bergamot. Yeah. Bergamot, blackcurrant, rose, silk, chestnut, cocoa, and cacao. I love cocoa and cacao. I think our Liquid Imaginaires, it was Blanc El Batet. I think it had cacao or cocoa in it. It was just so good. So anyway, this got a hefty little dent in here too, y'all. This is Dries Van Noten Soie Malaquais. It is too good. And it's also, I think this is a little bit more ladylike though.
Let me take this cap off first.
I think this is a little bit more.
You love a masculine scent though.
That bergamot.
You do. You love a masculine scent. I do. I like it.
What do you think? It's the bergamot for me. And the bergamot is actually a top note. So that's technically what you smell out the gate. But the chestnut and the cacao are the deepest notes, y'all. This is so good. They actually have one in a purple bottle that I'm hoping to get soon. But this grown, spicy, it's deep, it's rich, you know. It's good, y'all. I love it. Like I said, we already halfway, baby. We already halfway down this bottle. Okay. I'm telling you, look, I'm putting dents in these bottles. These are some of my favorite fragrances that I'm presenting to y'all. Courtney, what you think? Yeah.
I like this one. It smells good. I'm kind of feeling the masculine sense a little bit. I don't know what it is. It's like girly.
I have changed all of my friends' minds about masculine sense. Let me tell you this. They have said, my friends, like, you know, they was like, my palate ain't that mature. Next thing you know, they walking around with the big dog shit on. I'm telling you, I have changed my friend's perspective. When people be like, this is how I got to the actual bitch, you smell good. Because everybody's like, girl, you smell good. What's that you got on? It's because y'all wearing that fruity shit, and that's why nobody smells y'all. Okay, seriously, y'all wearing all these light fluffy, girly shit, and that's why nobody people smell me, baby. People smell me when I step. They be like, "Ooh!" I'm like, "I know exactly." You gotta start leaning to them deeper, richer notes that hold and actually project, and that is vanilla, bergamot, pink pepper, cacao. All of these notes, black currant, okay, ginger. Stop, get off that girly shit. I'm trying to tell you, okay. I'm trying to tell you, wear that shit at night. You know, we got your little negligee on, lingerie, child. But when you step, if you want people to smell you, the men do it better. And it's I think this is unisex, but I personally think it's more of a feminine fragrance. But anyways, I'm smelling good. We smelling good.
Mm-hmm.
Courtney smelling good. Okay, Dries Van Noten, Soie Malaquais. Get it by now.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
Smells good.
red flag report. Too much love or just her love language. If Destiny's Child's Cater to You were a person, it might be Keisha Kayor Davis, the entrepreneur and wife of rapper Gucci Mane. Recently went viral after an interview with Carlos King where she opened up about the way she cares for her husband, and let's just say the internet had opinions. Keisha didn't hold back, saying she used to bathe Gucci when he came home from prison, and while she doesn't do that anymore, she still cooks for him, buys him clothes, handles the bills, and manages just about everything else because she wants to. I enjoy taking care of him. She said, if I don't do it, I would be miserable. She also called herself submissive but firm, someone who takes care of her man while still calling him out when needed. And according to her, she's the only woman who could have held Gucci down the way that she has. The couple has been married since 2017 and shared 2 children together, and many people online praise their bond, but others question whether Keisha's level of service felt more like self-sacrifice than love, especially when she said Gucci doesn't have to do anything else. Let me say this. I don't think that people actually know this about. This is why I'm glad I get to have long form content, because I don't think that people actually know this about me, because y'all see all the click clacking and the yelling to help the women, and men stay out of our business. But I am so traditional. I am so traditional. I do not want my man in the kitchen. I don't want him I know people like, oh, well, men, you want a man to at least know how to cook for himself, and that's not a woman's job. Y'all, I really think it is. And everybody to each its own. To each his own. I am Keisha Kayor. Like, I am a traditional woman, y'all. I put my man's toothpaste on his toothbrush. I know the boxers that he wear. I know what he want on his sandwich. I know who his barber is. I'm coming and I'm paying for his haircut. I am that girl. Like, I'm that kind of girl. I am a traditional woman. Y'all gonna think I'm crazy. Once upon a time, I was dating this man, and I would be home. I would cook for him while he was home, and he would come home, and I would always meet him at the door and take his shoes off. And my friends would sometimes they would be present. They were floored. They was like, bitch, what in the fucking slavery Harriet Tubman shit is going on? They literally thought I was like Molly the maid. I will take my man's shoes off his feet after a hard day of work. I will cook for him. I don't want him in the kitchen. I don't want him washing dishes. I don't want him. And I think that, like, we have seen a lack of this now, to the point where women are kind of like, why are you doing all of that? Why are you doing all of that? I think that everybody should have a dynamic that they want to have. If a man can cook, great. I don't want my man in the kitchen. Some women think that's sexy. I don't. I don't. Some women think that that's like, wow, like, I cook, you cook, I cook, you cook. Let's tag team this. Some things I don't want to tag team. That's just me personally. I don't want my man to cook. I don't want him in the kitchen. I wasn't raised like that. All of my family is from Mississippi. I'll never forget, I was in college and I brought my college sweetheart home, and he had been there several times. Several times he had been there, and we had a little cookout, and my grandma said, "Do you know he's in there making his plate?" I said, "Yeah, he ain't no guest." She said, "If you don't get your ass up and go in there and make that man's plate." I was not raised like that. I'm extremely traditional, and I think that women have not been have seen enough servitude in life. I think that us as millennials, we've seen a lot of women struggle. And like I said, they told us don't get pregnant and don't stay in school and don't get pregnant. Like that was what our older, our moms and grandparents, taught us. But we haven't seen like women in their soft era. But what we are starting to see, which I think is a different dynamic, is women that are living their soft life, but they are with these very rich men. You've seen a lot of Black women that are dating a lot of rich white men, and they're like, soft life. My man has resources. My man doesn't. We don't cook. We have a nanny. We have them, and that's just not my idea of what a soft life is. Like I am like I am Keisha Kaur. When she said she used to bathe him, like I used to take my nigga's shoes off his feet. Like we good. Like you just sit, just really, kind of exist. But it's only certain kind of men that yield that type of behavior from me. There are men that dated me that would be like, she was doing what for you? I ain't never seen you wasn't him. You presented an environment for me where I wanted to be the peak version of myself. So now when I'm not attracted to men in that way, when I don't get that type of feeling from men, it is my social obligation to bow out of that, because when I am the better version of myself, that I do want to take my man's shoes off his feet, I do want to put his toothbrush on, I do want to run his bath, that you have presented an environment to me where that's my peak self, and I want you to experience that. I would be cheating you otherwise. And sometimes women just have to bow out. Like sometimes if I'm like, baby, you could never get me to do what I know that I can do, what I know that I'm capable of, and I know what my heart desires to do, I could never, I'm not going to get there with you, because you're just not him. You're not making me feel that way. And I have had to have those conversations like, I don't think I see alignment here. I don't think I have. And this, I realized this because I just had to break up with one of my boyfriends, but we were, my Atlanta boyfriend, I just had to break up with him. And I went on 2 dates in Atlanta. One date, put his napkin in his plate. Any shared sides, I put that food on his plate. I cut his steak up. I made sure that he had the water. Even when he had like a a shell allergy to fish, I asked the waitress, "Are y'all cooking this on the same plate? Like, don't have my man have no fucking allergic reaction." Then I went on another date and I did not. I want the best for you, and I'm not it. Like, I don't even want you to experience me in that way, because you're not getting my best self. You're not getting my peak self. And the man that I was putting his napkin in his plate, and I wanted to make sure that he was good, and I was sharing his side, and I was feeding him my beef short rib from my spoon. That is who I want you to experience. And so I am Keisha Kaur. I think we need more women like this in this world. I'm sorry, bring back I don't like too much new shit, okay? I don't like these new dynamics. I don't like the new scale of things that we have. I almost said something, child, but I don't think the internet is ready for that. I think some things need to go back to the way that it was, okay? It's a lot of fluid things, a lot of wiggle room and gray areas, and some things are just, black and white, and I think we need to bring back the traditional women, because I am Keisha. Hey, Keisha. Hey, Keisha, look, I'm with her. I'm with it when you're right. Also, Keisha is a Jamaican woman. Let's not forget. Them Caribbean women, they not fucking around. They are caretakers. They are homemakers. Okay, that's just it. Keisha can cook her ass off, and she is a Caribbean woman. So that says a lot. That says a lot as well. And I think that women just haven't experienced like what it's like for a man to put you in that kind of subservient, submissive place. I don't want my man in the kitchen. I pray that he never has to get in there. As long as you could cook food for these kids in my absence, of not just order something, but like that is what I want my role to be. And you know what I found interesting? She said, if I don't do it, I would be miserable. As I am dating, I have always found it difficult to date in DC because these men are so fucking self-sufficient. They're like, you ain't gotta cook for me. We can go to the steakhouse. You ain't gotta, I already sent my clothes to the cleaners. You don't have to iron for me. You don't have to. And I'm like, I don't like, what am I supposed to do? I don't like this. Everybody, these government niggas that came right out of Howard and came out of GW and George Mason making 70, 80K at 20 something. By the time I meet them at 30 something, they 250K niggas. They are convenience people. They've already lived a life where they have enough money to have convenience. And that's, I'm like, maybe I gotta go to the South and find me a overall wearing, tractor driving, fishing ass man that just wants supper on the table and a good meal and a beer. That's about what I need to get at this point, because it's like, where are the men that actually value traditional women? Like, I am Keisha Kaur. I get it. Bring them back.
I think that a lot of it has to do with how you're raised, though. Like as a
Yeah.
woman, a lot of
Yeah.
it has to do with how you're raised. If I come from a military background, so for me, coming from a military background of having two parents that were in the army, my mom was, making sure, same thing with my father, making sure the food was on the table, making
Yeah.
sure his taxes were done, making sure, his appointments were made, making sure like the car was taken care of and the kids and everything. So it's like, it's about how you're raised and how you bring that into your adult life, right? So like you
Yeah.
could look at it and say, I don't want to be like my mom, or you could say, I want to be just like her. Fortunately for me, I'm the same exact way. I'm a mom and I love taking care of my
Yeah.
son, and I also want to take care of, my partner as well. So that goes into play. I 100% agree with Keisha Kaur. For the right man,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes, 100% do it for the right person. You can't do it for everybody. You're going to get your feelings hurt. But for the right one, you can do it for him.
And also, I think what people are missing, and it's so interesting because, like, I always got my ear to the ground with just popular culture and, all this internet shit. I watch reality TV. I watch all the, trash shows and all that type of stuff. I've followed their story. They would call each other in jail and work out together. Do you remember that? While people are like, oh, well, you doing all of this, they actually built like a bond. And I'm talking about substantially, like to the core, a great relationship and friendship. And they held each other. They were having like a true, real relationship. And while this man was in jail, they would call on video and they would do push-ups and work out together. And they would ask like, what? So I mean, I feel like it's warranted. Like, they have a great foundation, and y'all ain't Keisha Kaur, okay? So no, don't hold Pookie down. Like, nobody telling you to hold Pookie and right down, okay? But like, I think that there is just a lot of meat to this relationship. And let me lastly say is that you ain't seen that nigga in no scandal. What they saying about Gucci? Nothing. That man at home. That man at home eating that oxtail that Keisha cooking. He has not been in any scandal. He has not been out here, okay, messing around. Ain't nobody talking about some, I'm with him, I'm this, I'm that.
He loves her down.
Absolutely.
That's why she does what she does.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think he had built that presence even before, even before that. Okay, so is it empowering or problematic to say I do everything for my man and I like it? I think it's empowering.
I think it's really empowering.
And again, that she likes it. I think that people, again, like, have to let people do what works best for them. There are thriving marriages where it's like, babe, I'ma cook this day, you'll cook this day. You a grown man, you should know how to cook. There are marriages that thrive in that. Like, I want my man to be able to wash dishes. This is not a dictatorship. This is not, I want him to be able to wash dishes if I'm away. If I'm not, like, you should be able to, sustain yourself. And then you have these women that's like, they'll say like, oh, you handle pregnancy so well. Then they'll cut to their husband. Yeah, this is my husband. The husband got them kids. They wrangling them kids. He cooking and cleaning. He supported her while he was with that damn birth doula, helping her push out that baby in that pool of water. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm handling life well because this is my husband. And I think that like it's different for every woman, but like I think I have an idea of what I would want my partner to be. And I pray. I'm so tired of these self-sufficient niggas. I'm so tired of it. Like, it is just a bore of my life. It's like, do any of y'all care about this stuff? Something wrong. Something in the water.
Absolutely nothing.
You know, I rarely find a man that's just like, I would love for my wife to cook for me. I'm meeting a lot of, if she doesn't have to, if she does, she does. And I'm like, that's my light. That's my best light. Like, just servitude. Like, that's where that's prime time for me. I said, like she said, I would be miserable if I had a husband that was like, you ain't gotta, we'll just hire
There's a man out there right now that's like, I want a woman to do exactly what you would do.
Find me, please come find me.
There's a man out there.
Slide in my DM. I'm looking for you.
You would do. Girl. He's doing a podcast on the West Coast talking about I need a woman like that.
But I will preface with, I also don't want it to come with like control and misogyny and sexism and all of this other abuse and random shit. It's just like, dog, you know, I think a part of partnership is letting your partner do what they do well. I don't want a man that's trying to dim that part of me, because that is literally the best part of me. That is just my light, you know. And I've always said that the things that the best parts of you will always struggle with on this earth. So when people are like, do you feel sad about not having children yet? Do you feel sad about not being married? I say, y'all, that is going to be the best chapter in my life. And I am not surprised that is what I had to wait for. The best parts of you will struggle on physical earth with, period. You ever seen like the Michael Jacksons, the Prince, like all of this just to get their gift out and to create music. Like, they had so much strife in, because that was the best and most special part of them. So I'm literally not ever surprised that I'm not married and that I don't have children, because I know that chapter is literally like the golden star. And God is like, hold on, friend, wait a minute, wait a little bit. I just know that chapter gonna be real good. Real good, friend. Real good.
So if you are looking for a woman that's about her business, okay.
Thank you.
You know, got her career going, strong, bold, confident. She is on the East Coast.
Yes.
She is out here in the DMV. She is waiting for you to take care of you.
Traditional now. Bills have to be paid. I hope you know that you will pay the bills.
And she don't do 50-50.
I don't do 50-50. And I maybe 80-20. Yeah. So that's, no, I don't want to confuse nobody. I want to false advertise. Okay. Just know them bills is on you, baby. Them bills is on you. And I just feel like he's going to want to do that. It's not even a discussion. I've never talked to a man about how bills would be split. I think he's just going to want to do that. He's going to want to provide. He's going to want to pay the bills, you know. And when people say, what do you bring to the table? Just know I'm able and willing. I'm able and willing. I am able and willing. Just know that if you need me, I got you. If you need me to tap in, I got you. You know, I am able and I'm willing. When they're like, well, what do you bring to the table? The ability to discern what needs to be on the fucking table. That is what I bring. Those are my womanly duties. I'm able to tell your ass, well, we need fucking apple juice or orange juice. We'll look to cook them eggs fucking last, okay? I have the ability to tell you what needs to be at the table, and that is what I bring, okay? Period. I don't need, look, paying bills is not my currency. That's not how I pay my way through life. I pay my way through life through my feminine aura and being able to discern what is actually needed on the table. Do we china? Do we need silverware? Do we need cutlery? Do we need water? I know what belongs on the table. That is what I bring.
May a man that wants you to pay 50-50 never find you. May he never
met him. I say that all the time, baby. I never met him. So anyhow, I think that's it. We're wrapping up.